elements, you need to do comparison with this kind of element, and this way you actually get the opportunity to group the elements in some certain distance. Means the logic of the group is that with some certain gap in index position, you are selecting the elements. Now what is the facility? Facility is, see, you are not going to keep in some other array, not required. With the index position you will do this. So the facility is that if there is one huge array, then you can do all this comparison in a single step. Mean in individual group, parallelly you can do this kind of comparison and arrangement. Means instead of 1 to 500, one by one comparison, maybe the 500 is divided into 10 groups. Then parallelly in all 10 groups, some sorting operation is going on. Now physically you are not supposed to take each and everything in separate array, but with this, means with the A0 you will start one group, with the A1 you will start one group, and how many groups will be created on that based on this H value. Definitely if there are 10 elements and you are taking the elements at the gap of 4, then whatever the number of group will be there, if you take the H as 2, things will differ. Now which is the perfect value of H? Nobody knows. We will use this by 2 method in our purpose, but it's not actually that. It may be any value, any complicated calculation or the formula is given in various area, you can take it. But that is the motto. The main motto is this. Okay. So next. Oh, please don't come late, because then in between the class I have to allow. Okay. So this way as per the comparison, it's much better than your bubble and insertion. Okay. So from the existing algorithm, it's better actually. And obviously when we will discuss the merge, heap and quick, then also you can compare. But at present, these are the point you just can go through. Because of that heuristic calculation, it's actually complicated. But the order is n square. Anyway, let me go to the exact thing. See, we will go by in this way. Initially or whatever, at our stage we will go in this way. The basic thing is gap is calculated as gap size plus 1 by 2, means divided by 2 approach. We will calculate each time the H with divided by 2 approach. But I am again repeating, this is just one method of doing this. The value of H can be anything. Basically, it actually calculated with some complicated formula. Okay. So next, let's look at the elements. These are your elements that you need to sort. Okay. Now, first of all, how many elements are there? Now, this 8 elements. So first time you will do this 8 by 2 equals to 4, or even if you do it's 9 by 2, 4, 9 by 2, it will give you the 4. Anyway, take the 4, and this 4 is means what? You need to take the elements, means you need to select the elements for your comparison with a gap of 4. Okay, fine. So if 4 is there, then possible H value is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is possible. Fine. Not that every time you will take. Rather, I have used here the color code to indicate what are the elements are in the same group. Okay. So with the 4, see, this is your all the elements. So with the 4, if I take A0 plus A0 plus 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 38 is there. Take it. Then you will take A1 means I equals to 1. A1 with A1 plus 4, so 5. So if it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 33 is there. Similarly, you will find if you in the 12, you will find 16 as there. If you add the 5, you will find 2 as there. Okay. So see, I have used different colors to indicate that they belongs to same group. The 18 and 38 in the same group, 32 and 33 in the same group, 12 and 16 in the same group, 5 and 2 in the same group. And what is next thing? Now you need to check each of the arrangement of each of the group. So if you look at this 18 and 38, they are not in the same order. They are not in the same order. Anyway, forget to start recording. Sorry for that. Oh, just a minute.
This call is now being recorded.
Okay. So we are in this cell short where these are the elements to be recorded, means to be shorted. So these are the 8 elements. And for our simple method, we are taking this divide by 2, the gap divided by 2. And if I take in this way, initially you may consider the entire thing is n. So it's n plus 1 by 2 or n by 2, you will get this 4. Okay. So now what the thing that with this gap of 4, you need to select the elements. Here I have used the color codes and A0 will be compared. A0 plus 4. Fine. A0 is compared with A0 plus 4. Okay. So 18, 38. A1 again with a gap of 4, 33. 12 again a gap of 4 with 16. 5 with a gap of 4, 2. So this way, 4 different groups can be created. No, in the same array. You are not taking the help of other 4 different array. These are occurring in the same array itself. Now, so if you check 18 and 38, they are in the same order. You have nothing to do. If you look at 32 and 33, again, you have nothing to do. They are in the desirable order. 12, 16, you have nothing to do. Right? If you are in the 12, 16, they are also in the same order, so you have nothing to do. But if you look at this 5 and 2, no, they are not in the proper arrangement, so swap their position. So after that, you have done one total iteration, you will get this 18, 32, 12, 2, 38, 33, 16 and 5. And you can see the position of 2 and 5 is being exchanged. Okay. So again, now you will go with this resultant list and you will compare, means again you will calculate another age or the gap, which is again 4 by 2, because previous one was 8. So means previous one was a 4. So now it will be calculated as 4 by 2 and you will get it as 2. Okay. Fine. So again you need to select the element as per the 2 gap. So 18, 12, 32, 2, 38, 16, 33, 5. See, remember the first phase. Then you have selected the element with the gap of 4, right? And as you have selected with the gap of 4, so how many groups were created? 4 groups are created. Okay. Now you will select it in this way with 2. So you will get 18, 12, then 38, then 16. Fine. With the 2 gap, 32, 2, 33, 5. So you can see what that whenever you are decrementing the age value in a single set, number of elements are actually gradually increasing. When the gap is larger, the number of elements is lesser. But when the gap is smaller, then number of elements are go on increasing in a single set. So with the same color, I try to actually denote that which belongs to the same group. So if you go on now plus 2 more, you will find 18, 12, 38 and 16, they are in the same group. Similarly 32, 2, 33, 5 are in the same group. Now what is the job? Now you need to check the arrangement of 18, 12, 38 and 16 and then sort them. So if you sort them, what you will find? This must be 12, 16, 18, 38. Okay. So that is one. So what you have done, that again, when you have selected gap with 2, the set, you just short them. You just short them and you will get they shorted. Again, with the second set, 32, 2, 33 and 5, if you compare them, then you need to short them and you will get this as your final list at the after this iteration with a gap 2 iteration. So 12, 2, 16, 5, 18, 32, 33. So individually, if you look at both the thing, you will find that 12, 16, 18, 38, they are in the proper position. 2, 5, 32, 33, they are in the proper position. So now you have only one pass. So if I do 2 by 1, this will be 1, and at this phase, the way things will be arranged, this is your final result. So at this phase, what will be the arrangement? That is same as your insertion sort. Because at each phase, actually you are inserting the element in its appropriate position. It's not like the shifting. The shifting you may ignore, but the basic concept is that in case of insertion sort also, you are putting the elements in the right place. Means as for that iteration, whatever supposed to be the right place, you are supposed to place the element there only. Clear? So this is the way. We are not asking you to do the program or anything, but this is the way insertion sort, sorry, the cell sort can be done. And in case of cell sort, it is basically considered as one of the improvement of insertion sort. Fine. Because the main idea or the main motto is same in case of cell sort. So is there any question regarding the cell sort? Otherwise, I will proceed to some other sorting. Is there any question regarding the cell sort? Okay, I think there is no such question is there. Okay, fine. So if there is no question, then I should proceed to the next algorithm. Anyway, you will go by this anytime. Yeah.
Ma'am, always we will divide by 2 the value which has
No,
come.
no, no, not always. Means for general concept, we will go by this. Even if during the exam, we may specify that take the age values depending upon this formula. Okay, then you need to go by that. Age value never depends on this by 2 or anything. It may be a very complicated formula also. Actually, nobody knows that for which particular age value it will give you the best result. Fine. But if nothing is given, suppose we have given one question and we ask you that, okay, do the cell sort. So you can take any formula. But the by 2 method is easier. That is the thing. If I go by the by 2 method, that is easier, but it's not flawless. Okay. Because for the smaller set, maybe this is good, but it's not true for all kinds of cases. That's the point. Anything else?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So let me start merge sort. Okay. So merge sort is one of the algorithm which is based on what? Divide and conquer approach. Now, we have seen already another algorithm which is based on the divide and conquer, that is in our binary search. So what we do actually in the, see, the purpose of this approach is that divide the entire, means there is a huge data set. You need to divide the entire problem into multiple sub problem. Okay. Now, whether the all individual sub problem size will be equal or not equal, that depends on the division process. But in general, they are actually almost equal. Now, whenever you are dividing, the purpose is divide the problem into sub problem. Okay. Now, dividing doesn't mean that always you will go by two method. Fine. In some of the algorithms, we will go by two method, but it's not necessarily each and every time you will go by two method. Not every time things are being allowed. Fine. You need to go maybe from any time, from any way. You need to go by that way and you can go in that way. Now, next term is the conquer. What is the meaning of the term conquer? Conquer means solve each of the sub problem in the similar way you are supposed to solve the main problem. Means recursively you are supposed to solve each of the sub problem and not using some separate algorithm. The same algorithm, if you are going to apply it for the entire problem set, you will apply this for each and individual sub problem. That is called conquer. And combine, when you have solved each of the sub problem, now you have to combine the solutions or the solved part to create the original problem back, but the solved version of the original problem. So this is the thing. In a divide conquer based algorithm, it's a strategy where we can use the recursive function call or the recurrence relation. These all the terms actually related to this divide and conquer approach. In the next semester, when you will learn the entire algorithm analysis, you will find a vast thing is there to how to solve the divide and conquer strategic problem. Then you will find this recurrence relation and all those things. At present, just think that how we can divide. That's one important thing. But what is my target of the division? I want to find the smaller version of the problem. In general, we go till the end in case of division. Now, what is the end? When there is one element. When there is one element, in general, we try to reach up to that level. Okay. Then we solve. Now, you may say, ma'am, when there is one element, what to do? No, nothing have to do. As one element is there, it's itself shorted. So combine both. Okay. Now, during the combining, you will check the order of the element and arrange them in this way. So, in case of merge sort, the divide and conquer actually work in this way. Problem size n by 2, then solution of this part, then solution to original problem. And that is the approach. Actually, you are continuously, recursively, you will divide it in n by 2 multiple times. You are getting the single element. Okay. So this is the basic thing of the merge sort. Fine. Now, let me take it in the presentation mode so that you can see it. So this is my element 18, 26, 32, 6, 43, 15, 9 and 1. Fine. So combine means divide. First the divide you need to do. So divide it into two halves. Now luckily the elements are of even numbers. So whenever you are dividing them, you are getting two equal number set. Fine. But it's not true all the time. Sometimes it may be of odd number, total number element, then in one side, one element is more or one element less, that will occur. Next, again you divide these two. Okay. Next, again you divide this two. Next,
আমি
you
বলছি
divide.
এখানে জানা থাকে না কাউকে জেনে নিয়ে জিজ্ঞেস করে নিতে পারি
Yes.
সেটা বলছি
Now, when you have reached till the single element, you start doing the next step. That is conquer and combine. Fine. First you got the 18. Very nice. Next you will get 26 because again that is the single element. Now you need to compare 18 and 26. And you will find that 1826 already in the proper order. So combine them. You will get this. Okay. So can you observe the pattern? See, you have divided this, you have reached till this part, and then you have started, means when nothing to do. Parallelly, actually you are not going for all the part. It's not possible because it's a function call and recursive function call. So whenever you are calling it for one part, every time the references are being pushed into the stack. So as it is the stack, it will be popped one by one, means for this part, this is the call, this is the call. From this part, again there is a call. So again when there is a call, there is a call for this part and this part. We are assuming that this is on the top. So again means again for both the part actually function will be called. So again for this part, this and this. So at the end, it will start releasing from here. Obviously, it will not stop here. Then it will go for the next part. Because if you now imagine that how the function calls are being pushed in the stack, then you can understand, okay, now, okay, this will be, that means whatever the function call related to this part, that is already being done. So now you will go for this. Why you are not directly going for this? Because before this, on the top of this function call, this function calls are there. Fine. Now you may say that, no, I should not go in the left side, I should go for left side. See, it's not like that, but generally we go for the way we write the recursive function call, they actually go in this way. First the leftmost part, then the right part. So then you will get in this way, 32, 6, then both will be compared, and whenever you will compare, you will find 6 and 32. Okay, fine. So see, the level wise things are same. Now what is, which function call is remaining? This 18, 26, 32, 6. That means now you have to perform the conquer and combine in between these two small array. So how things will be done? See, if I start with this array, what we will do, I will compare 18 with 6. Okay, 6 is smaller. So we'll take the 6 first. Then the pointer which is pointer or the index variable which is pointing to this array, that will proceed to now 32. But for this array, it is pointing to 18 only. So now 18 will be compared with 32. Okay. And it's you can see that 18 is smaller, so 18 will be taken here. Fine. Next pointer or the index variable is incremented. It's pointing to 26 and it's pointing to 32. So now 26 will be compared with 32 and 26 will get the place. And then as nothing is there in this part of the array, no more element is there, and here it is the last element, we will combine them and you will get the result as the shorted part. So this entire left part is complete. Then go for the right part. Divided into two halves. Again divided into two halves. From here again. See, for this one, again for the left part you are solving first. And you will go in the similar way. Now whenever you will compare 15 and 43, must be compared and combined as 1543. Then there is 9 and 1. So you will get this as 1 9 after this operation, and then you will compare in the similar manner and you will get this. So once you got these two sub problem, now you will compare these two arrays. 6 with 1, 1 will get. So pointer now will point to 9. So now 6 will be compared with 9. So now 6 will get the place. Now this pointer also incrementing and pointing to the 18. So now 18 will be compared with the 9 and 9 will get the place. Again the pointer is incremented in the right side array. So this will pointing to the 15. So now 15 and 18 will be compared and things will be taken in the order that it been. Then this way the things will continue and we will get the element one by one this way. So this is the approach how merge sort actually operates. Now look at the thing.
কাজগুলো ঠিক করতে পারবি?
This
একটু
is
বোঝার চেষ্টা কর।
written in
খাবারটা
this
দিয়ে আমি
way.
একটু বাজারে যাই, আলু
The
খাবার আনতে
merge
হবে।
sort function is being
একটু
called
চেষ্টা
with
করতে
the
হবে।
base address of the array A.
বহুত কাজ আছে
Low is the
সংসারে।
first index and high is
Proper
the
নিয়ে
last
তাহলে পরে কি
index.
করব?
Now, if low less than high means still low less than high, you can continue. And when this will become equal or anything, when there is single element, then only the element will become equal. Then this low and high will become equal.
নিয়ে মুখটা ধো তাড়াতাড়ি
So you
করে।
calculate
নে,
the
অনেক
mid
বেলা হয়ে
position
গেছে।
because
তোকে
merge
একটু
sort is
গান মারতে
based
হবে।
on the calculation of mid, and after
তোর মেলা
that
চর্বি আছে,
you
অনেক
just
খিদে
call
পাবে,
the
তোর চর্বি
function
কমানোর
C.
ব্যাপার আছে।
A low mid means what? You are calling it for the left side.
মাথা খারাপ হয়ে যাবে
Similarly,
ছেলেপেলে নিয়ে
A mid plus 1 high, you are calling it for the right side. Okay, and then merge A low high. So this is what where you are comparing each of the elements and you are merging them. You are merging them, right? So this is your merging operation. Please understand one point: merging and the merge sort is not same. Merging means where two sorted array is given, you will just merge. But the merge sort means where the random order elements or any order of elements can be given as the input, you will recursively, you will divide them continuously and then you will merge them. That is yours merge sort. Now, the speciality other than the recursive call, the speciality is with this merging operation. So what they do? Now there is one, the mid that is supposed to be calculated in the merge sort function, and from there it's getting the mid again and again for each of the recursive call, and I, that is the left side array, and j, that is for the right side array. I can go maximum to the mid position and j can go maximum to the high position. Okay, so if they are going in this one, j is initialized with mid plus 1. If a of I means if the array element which is in the left part of the array, if that is smaller than the element which is in the right part, then obviously you need to take the a of I. Now what is b? B is another auxiliary array required during the merge sort to store this intermediate result. So you need to check. Now why I have given the post increment? Because I don't want to write another line with k plus plus and I plus plus. Fine. So ai has to be copied here. Now as you have taken the ith element, so you can increment only the I pointer. So increment it. Now it may not be the case. If it is not, means if the element of the left side is not less than the element in the right side, then you take the aj, and in that case you will increment the aj. Okay, so this is one situation. Fine. Now this is the thing when till the time you can consider the number of element in both sides are equal. Now after that, what may exist? All the elements of right side array that is already being taken, but few element in the left sides is kept. Now one thing is very clear, the element which are in the left side array till now, they are already sorted because at each step you are doing the sorting. But another point is all those elements is actually greater than the elements which are present in the right side array. So then you will copy all the elements here. Fine. just you will copy all the elements. Similarly, the reverse case also may be the true. When j equals to j actually means the left part is complete but the right part is pending, then you are supposed to copy all the element to this. Now the B array is containing all the elements. So what you will do? You just need to copy all the elements from B array to the A array. This is your entire merging operation. And in case of merge sort, you are doing what? With that function call, you are ensuring the entire sorting. Now, what is the basic thing? What is the time complexity of merge sort? See, whenever you are dividing something as whenever you are dividing something again and again by 2, that means this is actually based on the log n. Whenever you are approaching, means whenever we divide something, even I have discussed during the binary search also, when we divide something, till the end, I may get the single element. So if I am dividing the n continuously by 2, by 2, by 2, so for some certain value of k, this will become n by 2 to the power k equals to 1. So that time k will become the log n. So that for this division, there is the log n. But for other operation, that conquer and combine, there is coming the n. So the entire time complexity of this algorithm is basically n log n. Entire time complexity of this particular algorithm is big O of, or you can say actually after certain time we can say that this is actually theta bound, we can say. But before I concluded that, I'm writing it now as log n, and even if you write as log n, n log n, it's not a problem. Okay, so this is my time complexity. Okay, now think, if the elements are already sorted, will it perform better? Do you think that if my elements are already sorted, it will perform better? Anyone please respond? Is there anyone, or am I talking alone?
No, we don't perform. Means there would be no change in the performance.
Exactly, because the reason is I am blindly dividing my array continuously. I am dividing my array continuously, and that's why whether it is sorted, whether it is not sorted, at each case, whether it is based, whether it is was, means in each case you have only one thing. So you can call it as a theta bound, or you can write it as a bigger. So this is your order this. Now what is the drawback? See, facility is that the time complexity is n log n. It works for huge data set in a better way, irrespective of its order. But one problem is there, and that's why various version exist, although that is not in the syllabus, so that we don't study. This bj, this another extra array, auxiliary memory is required. Huge space complexity. If the array is of size 500, then it's a huge space complexity, right? So that is the point. Okay, so this is one algorithm. Next we'll discuss the quick shot. I'll share the PPT for today. Means after class, obviously I forgot to share all the before and things. Now, so merge sort is all about this. Next there is quick shot. Fine. Quick shot is also based on the divide and conquer approach. Quick shot is also based on the same approach. But in case of quick shot, there is a concept of pivot element or the decision making element. How they operate, or what is the significance of that? They operate in some very interesting way. I am telling the term interesting. The thing is that there is no as such divide by 2, divide by 3 or like this. Rather, they are considering that they will select one element in such a way so that all the elements in the left side of the pivot will be smaller than the pivot element. And all the elements which are in the right side will be greater than or equal to the pivot element. That means no such division is there. No such division is there. What they do, now they try to find one element, and for that particular element, the pivot or the decision making element, all the left side element should be smaller and all the right side element greater or equal to. Okay. So this is the basic concept. Fine. So how we should proceed and which element should be chosen as the pivot? The basic idea is there is no hard and fast rule to select a pivot. Ideally, any element in the array arbitrarily can be chosen as the pivot element, and then need to do some adjustment in such a way that you can adjust the left and right. Means you have selected one element, after that you have to run some certain step by which you can arrange, okay, left sides are smaller and right sides are greater or equal to. That is your plan. And this entire method, this division method, means dividing this into based on the pivot, this method is called partitioning method. Okay. So for the quick short, my steps are like this. Quick short, A first and last, these two are first position and the last position of the initial array, means initially. Then till first less than last, and again whenever you are going for this kind of thing, the logic is same, you can reach till the last element. You will call partition function first and last, then whatever the p means one index position will be returned. So what you will do, then you will call the function again recursively with a first p minus 1 and a p plus 1 last. Fine. Now in case of barred short, the entire thing is written in the merge function. Other than this block, your entire thing is in the partition function in case of quick short. Now, so there is a process. There are various approach to select this P. One of approach is we can start with the leftmost element. Here, LOC, the location, is actually considered as the position of the leftmost element. Now, what is the approach? Select the leftmost element until left index is less than the right. What you need to check? For a pivot, all the elements which are left to the pivot should be the smaller. All the elements which are right to the pivot should be greater. So what you need to do, you need to check that. A location, that is this, less than equals to right, and location, definitely this particular variable is less than right. Otherwise it may go beyond the limit. Then you will just proceed in backward direction, that is right equals to right minus 1, and then you will end the while. But so when why you are allowing this? Now you are allowing this as this element is less than the right, that is your rule, that the right side element either greater or the equal. So if that is satisfying, you just need to shift the pointer, means from the right to left, that right pointer will shift and it will point to the next rightmost element, next rightmost element. But if this is not true, then if you find this element is greater than this, then you just need to swipe out, means you need to just swap their position. Pivot element will go into that position and the right element will come to the position of the this LOC or the pivot position. And then now your pivot as in the right position where you have swapped. So pivot element, the element that you have chosen, that is fixed. Only the positions are being changed. So this is one. Now it is in the right side. So you will do the opposite thing. Means you will check whether all the elements which are present in the left side, whether all the elements are smaller than that. If not, then you need to do the swap. A location, that is the pivot, you will just need to go, and obviously you need to increment the left because one position is already incremented. So you just compare. If it is no issues, just increment the left pointer, because by the rule all the left element must be smaller. Fine. Yes, you can omit here equal symbol also, or you may keep, doesn't matter. So then you will increment. But the moment you will find some element which is greater than the pivot, again you need to do the swap. Fine. Means again the pivot will now go to the left and things will be continued again and again till you are finding or you are reaching the position where elements are in this situation. Left part is smaller, right part is greater. Now look at one example. See, I have taken all these elements. Okay. Now I have selected this green color with 55 as my pivot. I'm comparing this. This is location left. Left is compared with a right, and you are finding, okay, no. This is smaller. Exchange their position. Fine. Then you need to increment the pointer 88. Means the left pointer, left equals to left plus 1. Compare it with 55. And again you will find that you need to swap the position. Okay. Then again, so when you have swapped in this part, then right will be decremented. Right equals to right minus 1. Compare 55 and 77. No change. Done. Compare 55 with 66. No change. Done. Compare 55 with 11. 11 is smaller. So again you do the swap. It will come here. And then you increment the left. And then you do again with 55 with 22. Smaller, so nothing to change. 55 with 99. Again you need to swap. Do this. Again you are here where you will compare this with this. 44 and 55, and after that 55 will be in the middle and all the element in the left side is smaller. All the element in right side is bigger. So now what you need to do? Now you need to run the same thing for this sub-array. So this is sub-array 1, this is sub-array 2. Select 33 in the left and select 99 and the right and do the same thing again and again. Again, after this certain phase, what you will find for the 33, 12 and 11 in left side, 44 in one side. And for this, what you will find? For this, 88 is here. This is left side, this is right side. And again, you will short them and finally you will get the result. Okay. So this way, I'll suggest you take this example, whatever I have told, try to go through that. Then you try to write the algorithm. During any exam, any interview sort of thing, insertion sort is one of the tricky algorithm that people ask. And another one is this, quick sort. And selecting the pivot, arbitrary any element, there are different version of quick sort algorithm exist. Okay. Now, what is the situation? Normally it is n log n. But if the elements are already shorted, then this is not giving you the good result. This is give you the worst case complexity with n square. Why? Because every time you will trying to do a pivot kind of thing, suppose in this way, where almost means if it is already shorted, then you will select each element and try to do the partition. Select one element and will do the comparison with rest of the element. That approach is very similar to the selection sort, and that's why the complexity will become big O of n square. Fine. So do you have any doubt? Otherwise, I will stop sharing and will share your exam link actually.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am,
Hmm.
ma'am, can you go to the example slide once again? Like that, side and that one.
Actually, you are not audible properly. Your voice actually breaking.
Oh, 1 second, ma'am, 1 second.
Okay, for rest of the people, let me.
Can you just go to that 1155 example slide once
Yeah,
again?
just a minute. Let me just give you the attendance link so
Okay.
that other can start giving the attendance. Okay, which slide?
That
This
11
one?
example one.
Yes.
Yeah, the prior to this one, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, in this one, like we are just selecting the pivot point at random, right?
No, pivot, yes, random. And we have started with it for this particular algorithm with 55. So pivot
55.
is actually throughout the algorithm, means for the first pass, 55 is constant as your pivot element. And you are doing the yes.
Ma'am, the form is not accepting any response.
Okay, sorry, I forgot to open actually the response, sorry. Yeah, now you can give this.